So we made our project on GLSL linter using a C++ and for version controlling we use a Git. Linter is a tool that analyzes source code to program to flag programming errors, bugs, and stylishing errors also. As many IDs in many IDs as we see in Eclipse and Java and Turbo C++, when we write there is a when we remove some semicolon that gives an error in the red line and hover on it, it gives suggestions for writing. So we made a linter for GLSL language, which is basically for OpenGL. OpenGL it is Open Graphics Library is a cross-language platform API for rendering 3D and 2D vector graphics to interact with the GPU. So shaders use a GLSL and shaders are programs using for shading in 3D screens, which are basically used in games and VFX. Shaders use a GLSL as OpenGL shading language which is syntax is similar to C. GLSL is executed directly by graphics pipeline. There are two types of shaders as we see as we use a fragmented shader which rendering the shape of colors and other attributes, whereas vertex shader transforming a shape position into 3D as we can see this. So we made a small code for fragmented shader as we see that this for to run to see this we use a GLSL canvas. As we see that this is a GLSL so we get a rectangle in the GLSL canvas because due to this we write the vector code that is very similar to C language. In this is also firstly void main started and it is more work on vector and matrix. Vector it is a syntax for vector n represented there is number vector n represented the number of arguments to be given in the 2D for rendering the 3D to 2D drawings. So in 3D. So let's check for linter. For linter we made a mistake in that we remove a semicolon from the line 8. As we can see that we also get an error from GLSL canvas and we get a red line red underline in that line 9 due to because previous line has an error. So also we can see that we can get the error in problems also. So we this is the use of linter which is more useful when we developing a code of thousand and thousand lines where sometimes we not able to include many we made a many syntax error. So we made this linter on C++ and hp.hpp also where C++ use on that. We use a OpenGLL server for that for using that. For GLSL server language is basically made by Coronas Group, which is we use because it is open source language that anybody can commit and release their code on that. And we for version controlling we use Git and as we see that we use a Visual Studio Code for that. And thank you. That's all from my side and thank you.